The short answer or essay question in the Schoology assessment is going to be a question type that's going to require your students to provide a written response. Within their written response, students are going to be able to work with different text formatting options. They might have access to a special character keyboard if you enable that, and they'll also be able to upload pictures if this is a tool that you would like them to have. So to begin creating your short answer or essay question, you're going to come into your Schoology assessment page and you're going to look for the short answer essay link. Once you open this up, you're going to notice that you're going to have a blank field, and this is where you will compose your question. So you'll create your question here, and you can format it in any way that you find necessary using your text formatting tools. You can always include some pictures in there, and if you wanted to leave an audio or video recording for your students to listen to, you could do that here as well. The next option below you're going to see is some text formatting options that you can allow to make available to your students. So by default, your bold, italicized, underline, your bullets, and your number list is going to be enabled. If you would like any of these turned off because you don't want your students to use these tools, you can just toggle them on or off. Anything that shows as a gray icon is going to be enabled. This is also the place where if you would like your students to work with tables, they can do that. Some special characters if you're working with foreign languages, or if you would even like them to upload pictures to their response. The next field that you're going to see below this is the word limit, and by default it's a 10,000 word limit. So if you wanted to change this, you can go and do that. This box is always going to be checked on by default, and that's going to show your students the word count. You can toggle this on or off if this is not something that's important for your question. The word limit is going to be, by default, always be visible, but if you don't want your students to always be seeing that, you can select it to on limit, which means once the students hit their 2,000 word limit, it will show them that they're there. Or you can turn your word limit off and your students will never see that. If you have your word limit always visible and you have a 2,000 word limit set, you can decide if you want to accept submissions that go over the 2,000 word limit by just clicking on this box here. The placeholder is going to give you a place where you can just leave a note for your students, and this might be, please type your answer here. If you feel like you would like to add a rubric to that, you can create a new rubric, or you can attach one that you have already worked with. It will also give you the option to show this rubric to students or not. Once you finalized working with your question, you could come up to preview, and you're going to see here now that your students are going to have access to all of these different tools, including the special characters or the ability to upload a picture. They will also have the rubric that will be available for them, and when you are all finished creating your question, you're going to hit save and you could continue on with your assessment.